Folks, welcome back to another Bitopex video. Today we have something very interesting to talk about because we had a huge price rally on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. So we're going to cover that. We're going to cover my trades, something that I have open right now, and how the copy trading is doing. So before we jump right into it, let me talk about that. Next week, we're going to have 2 videos. So now we're going to have 1 video a week, but throughout the month, we're going to have also one extra. So it's going to be 5 videos. And next week, you're going to be blessed with 2 videos. So if you were not tired enough of seeing my face, now you will see it twice next week. So let's jump right into it and let's look at our trades. So I want to start the video with this, with the fear and greed index, because right now it is at 46. Do you remember last time that you even saw the number 40 here for the free and greed index? Yesterday we were at 32 and today we are at 46, but this is lagged. So why am I saying this? Because yesterday was a really good day, but today doesn't seem like it. So this tomorrow will be back towards the 36, I would guess, maybe 35. This is the price that I think. But looking at this, look at how much has changed. Just 10 days ago, we were at 12 on the free and greed index, and today we are at 46. So late January, we're not close to this. We have to go 1 year back to see that the closest price that we have was January 2026. So after January, it dropped to 32, and then after that we've never seen the 30s, never again. And before that, the average was still below the 30. We had just a few days above the 30 right here, and one where it was 61 for some reason, and then it dropped again below. So if you check, if you take the average around November to now, that average is going to be below the 30. Huge numbers. I still don't understand why we're so high with the fear and greed index today. So now going to CoinMarketCap, we can start looking at these prices on crypto. So by switching right here, we see Bitcoin at 77,900, almost back at 78K. We have Ethereum at 331, XRP at 142, BNB at 636. Solana at 86 bucks. It almost went to 90 bucks yesterday or the day before, but it didn't have enough strength to keep going. So it fell 3%. Hyperliquid at 41 bucks. Then we have Monero at 371 and Zcash at 330, which in 7 days it has gone down while Monero has gone up 8%, 9% actually. So interesting numbers, and interesting to see that the fear and greed here is 58. I mentioned that yesterday during the live stream, a live stream that I was doing, that this number is, I don't really like to use CoinMarketCap's fear and greed because it is all over the place. Yesterday we were at 30 and this one was almost at 50, and today it is at 58. So it is very not a good number for me to go by. And if we look at it, Bitcoin, you can clearly see an ascending pattern here on Bitcoin. So it is doing higher highs. Here was the first time, but still, if you look a little bit macro, still doing higher highs. And then right now doing higher highs. If we go to the 1 day, you could see that a little bit better. So look at this. It's just like a little staircase going up and up and up. It does a little bottom, but it still keeps going. It still keeps going up and up and up. Same thing applies to Ethereum. So if we grab Ethereum right here, you can see from April 5th, I traced a line that goes all the way up. And you can see that we tested it and then we stayed away from it. We almost tested it again, but you can also clearly see right here higher highs here. And we're testing right now for the 4th time this line that came back all the way from April. So this month right here, when we will know if it's going to break below or break above. And as you can clearly see, I already have 2 trades open, one here on Bitopex, which I'm going to show that to you. But for Solana, we see that we don't have that much higher highs as the other 2 that I showed. So yes, we are going upwards. We have a clear uptrend, but it is not as steep as Bitcoin and Ethereum is. So look at this. It is going up. This one is going down again. But yeah, you can clearly see that it is better than on April. So on the beginning of April, we were closer to the 79, and now we're closer to the 89. So we have gone up a few points, but still, it is not as steep of a curve as the other 2 currencies. This is because usually money goes from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and the money flows from Ethereum to other altcoins. And Solana hasn't been doing very good on getting the last part of the stick. So it is a little bit sad to see, because Solana is really good. But you also see that happening even on coins that we, or personally, I did believe that they were very, very hard for them to go anywhere else. For example, BNB. BNB has been almost like a stable coin. I used to say that very, very frequently, that it has been super stable while the markets were going all over the place. But even BNB fell down, and even BNB started losing some value. So if BNB, which is so strong, is losing, so of course Solana, it will make only sense that will be hurting as well. So looking at liquidations right here, we see that in the past 24 hours, there were a lot of longs liquidated. Yesterday, this number was over 480 or $460 million liquidated. And there were all shorts because of this. So this liquidated a bunch of shorts, and now this is liquidating a bunch of longs. And you can see that 145 million longs were liquidated just the past 24 hours. And it was around 100,000 traders. So 99,765 traders or accounts were liquidated. And the total amount of liquidation comes at $235 million. And a single liquidation, the biggest liquidation was from Bitcoin, and it was $7.5 million. Yesterday, I think it was 5 million. And I was saying, wow, 5 million is a lot of money for you to lose in a trade. Imagine this, $7.5 million lost in a liquidation event. So it's super real and super scary to think about. Now, if we go to the topics, let me show you my trades. I have one trade going on, which is the one that I opened, and one which is a leap that I bought last year. And still, this one is most likely I'm going to lose some money on this, but we've made money plenty enough to cover for this. So it is a calculated risk that I took last year, thinking that we're going to have a huge bull run and I was going to print a lot of money, but we still have until June for this to make me some money, or at least go break even. So if we zoom in right here, you can see that my position is this 24th of April. So it expires tomorrow. It's a 0DT, and I sold a 2250 put. 40 contracts, and I am collecting $157 if this goes in my way. And currently it is $6 in the profit. If I were to close the position, I will get the $6 in my pocket, but I don't need it. I don't think it will go against me. I can even show that to you right here. It is this one that I marked. So we're currently, let me zoom in like this so it's a little bit better for you to see. So I'm currently 3.48, so 3.5% from current price. It needs to go down 3.5% for me to lose on this position. But you can see I on their bit, I also have this position open, which is a 2,275. So 2275. This is another one that I sold, but this one is actually a spread. So it's 2275 and 2200, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a little bit different because it is a spread. So going back to Bitopex, I do think that this is going to be good. Right now it is even going up. So 13%, so $13 right here in profit so far. And this would make me around a little bit over 1.3% return on this in less than 24 hours, which is always very, very good. And that would bring us closer to 13K in total portfolio size, which is fantastic. Okay, so Ethereum is ripping now, and this one is going up to $15, almost $16. Ethereum seems to be going up a little bit more, so it's gaining some momentum, and that is good for my puts that I sold because they don't suffer as much. So going to the copy trading, we can see that we are doing very good, and I'm happy to hear about this. The mojo is back. The mojo seems to be back. So for the Bitcoin option strategy, we are up 2.8%. 2.8%. And for the altcoin option strategy, we're up 2.1%. Finally back. Most likely April, we're going to close above the 3% on the 0DTE on the Bitcoin option strategy, and closer to 2.5 on the altcoin option strategy. So amazing. If you are using Bitopex but not the copy trading, this is a place where we place these trades for you. And on all of these, on the Bitcoin option strategy, we have been live since 2024. And for the altcoin, we have been live since October. And guess what? Both of these combined, they only had 1 month in the negative, and it was negative 0.3% returns. So it wasn't even a huge loss. It was almost a break even. And if you consider everything, and if you joined before these vaults, you were super, super profitable. You didn't even notice that you lost some money. So fantastic strategies for both of them. And that's all thanks to Sven, which is our CEO, and he does pretty much all the thinking behind these. So testing strategies, making sure we have strategies that fit certain market scenarios and market volatilities, global events, all of that. This is why we had to slow down because of the war situation. We had to slow down trading because the markets were so choppy, it was so hard to make money that it was better to slow down the trading than to try to trade anyways and lose more money. So we saved money, we protected money by not actively trading so much, but now we're getting back to more trades as the market gets a little bit better. So hopefully, if you have money right here, hopefully you're profitable as well. And if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see, not only on Bitopex, but also in this channel, let me know in the comments. As always, they're open and they're here to help you. So hopefully this was a very insightful video. Thank you very much. As always, I'll see you next week with 2 videos. In the meantime, have a safe weekend. Take care. Peace.